What's up? All right, so we're right at 9 o'clock for a change. Okay. What's up, guys? What's going on? What's good? It's Thursday night. What's good? What's happening? I'm ready. Listen, man, I'm so ready. You guys come on board. I appreciate you hopping on. It's 9 o'clock here, Atlanta time. Ryan, what's going on? V, thanks for tuning in. All right. B, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Miss Libra, Miss Gail, how you doing? What's happening? Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, Miss Ashley. Hey, look, thank you for tuning in. We're right at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thursday night, I'm reporting live from Atlanta. All right. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I want to jump right in. As you can see, there's already a topic, so you know what I'm going to discuss. But there's a few pleasantries and formalities I think that I should go ahead and discuss before I start getting into it. Hey, Miss Deb, how you doing? What's good? Anissa, thanks for tuning in. Hey, listen, I need one of you guys in GAD to share this video into the GG After Dark group. So just go ahead and hit the share button and put it into your group. I recommend anybody that's tuning in tonight to go ahead and start sharing this video. I promise you, you're going to wish you did if you didn't. It's going to be live entertainment, and you're going to wish that somebody else saw it when you saw it. If you're watching this video for on the replay, then hashtag replay that you're watching on the replay so I can keep up and see who's checking it out even after the live coverage. So all that being said, man, thank you for tuning in. I'm Rob, aka GG After Dark. I wanted to talk to you guys about and ask, is dating stressful in 2019? Some may think that is a rhetorical question, and then some may feel a little bit differently. But I'm glad that you guys are tuning in with me, and I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible. You already know my MO is to keep it as brief as possible. So hopefully you catch all of it, because if you don't, you will miss some stuff that you wish you caught, that you might have to catch on the replay. So anyway, all that being said, guys, what's going on? I'm Rob, aka GG After Dark. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time and have no clue who I am, a couple things. I've made some changes to my appearance, right? So some of you may notice that, all this is a whole different color. It's a whole different color than it was last year. Whole different color than it was about 4 months ago, to be honest with you. But those of you that don't know, I am Rob. I am what you would consider and what I consider a relationship realist. That means, I just pretty much kick it to you exactly what it is from my perspective, from a male's perspective. And, I kind of give you some tidbits about, the thought process of men, and also of women that, respond to my platform. That being said, my platform is www.ggafterdark.com. You can check that out. There's a lot of information on there. There's some past events that I hosted, and just some really cool stuff on there. Some apparel, the mug, all that good stuff. So before I get into it, I also want to make sure that you know and you understand that it's important to have your own platform. I don't care what you're doing or how long you've been doing it or how short you've been doing it. Whether you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, or if you have a professional career in a certain industry, create your own platform. Create something that's yours. We work so hard, to build other things. Sometimes we don't think about investing in ourselves and creating something that would help us, would help our family, that can help people around us. You never know who it'll touch. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and do something different that you didn't do. I'm not saying quit your job. Please don't do that, right? Especially if you enjoy what you do and what you're doing pays the bills. Don't quit your job saying that, hey, Gigi said, I should quit my job and then I should operate in my gift so I can help people. Yeah, I said that, but I ain't say all that. All right? So let's stay on task. But definitely use your gifts, man. Use your gifts. So I encourage you to do that. Also, for those that do not know, I have a show that is called What Men Really Want. We did about 20 episodes less than a year ago. And if you want to see some of those older episodes, there is a page. It's called GAD Enterprises, which is Gigi After Dark Enterprises. So you could just look that up, Gigi After Dark Enterprises, and it'll pop up. And it'll have all the episodes. I mean, I literally did maybe about 20 to 25 episodes. All of them were super dope. And I don't know, what people have been doing since I've done my show. I've seen some things similar. I've also seen some attempts, but hands down, my joints is A1. All right, my show is dope. I think that I'm the only person that has ever put together certain topics that were risque or some would consider taboo, and I've addressed them head on, even with guests on my show. Like I said, I'm a relationship realist, but I've had relationship experts on my show. I've had ministers on my show. I've had doctors on my show and things like that. So, I definitely keep it 100, and I make sure that the people that come into my platform, they're going to keep it 100 too. You're not just going to talk about what you want to talk about. We're going to talk about what's real. So go ahead and check that out, and I hope that you will continue to enjoy it. And the show will be back. We're fine-tuning some things, and just know that when you're putting things together, you always want to make sure that all your ducks are in a row, your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. Make sure that you're well branded, well represented, and you protect your brand. Okay, so that's important. All right, even if you have to hold off a little bit longer, protect your brand. All right. So let's do this. So is dating stressful? Is dating stressful in 2019, y'all? Is it stressful? All right, so let me dig in. Those of you know that I drop a lot of posts on this particular page. Some of them are about relationships, some of them are about yourself, some of them about how you feel about other people. And also, disclaimer, I will be using profanity throughout the entire video. All right, so, if you're watching this at church choir rehearsal, if you're watching this at Bible study, then you might want to have your earphones in, if you're in the bathroom or something like that, and make sure that you got clearance. So there's going to be some vulgarity, there's going to be some profanity, but you have to understand this is the platform where I can do this. So if I was on the radio or a certain radio broadcast or on TV, there's certain things I wouldn't be able to convey the way that I want to convey them. So while I can, and while it's permissible, because this is my damn platform, right? This is my profile page, then, I'm going to have at it. So just be prepared for that. Now, for those of you that know, I have posts on my page, right? And the posts talk a little bit about everything. Some days they'll be outlandish. Y'all know that. But some days they'll be thought-provoking to where you won't even really want to deal with that right now. You're like, damn, I never thought about that, but I don't want to share my personal experience. And I get it. I understand. I get it, right? But the point is, as long as your thoughts are provoked and you start thinking about it and get some reflection or some self-actualization and stuff like that, I'm cool. So I made two posts, and this was deliberate. The way that they were delivered, the timing that they were delivered, the color of them, all of that stuff was deliberate. I asked if a person would be open to a first date at IHOP. So I'm not going to dig in too much about the places because, you know, they're not my sponsors right now. And then I asked about Waffle House. So I asked about those two places, and the response was crazy. And folks are still responding right now, but the response was crazy. And I found it very interesting that people could not really focus on the topic. If I'm asking you about IHOP, then I'm asking you about IHOP for a specific reason. Now, if you want your first date to be at Ray's on the River, that's cool. If you want your first date to be at Ruth Chris, J. Alexander, if you want to have a picnic, if you want shit to be at Applebee's or something like that, that's cool. But that's not what I asked you. Okay? I asked you, would you take a first date at IHOP or Waffle House? That's it. That's it. That's a yes, so that's an open-ended question, which means you can say yes or you can say no. All right, that's it. And all the other stuff is cool, and I get that. But the point was to specifically see if people are flexible with their preferences, right? Because we're talking about a first date. We're also talking about, you know, actually meeting somebody, communicating, spending some time together. You know, if you don't like the food there, I get it. You know, if you prefer a coffee shop and all that stuff, trust me, I get all that. That's not even the point. The point is, are you flexible? I mean, that's just it. Are you flexible? Right? Are you flexible with a first date being at a place that may be a little unorthodox or non-traditional to what you are comfortable with, what your preference is, and you know, just something that you will be open to, and that's it. So don't go back and delete your answers and shit. Don't do that. You know, don't go back and try to, well, yeah, I'd be open to it, but you didn't say. It's said and done, right? The stats, the consensus has already been tallied. So you said what you said, and I get it. That's cool. But I think it's important, man, that first and foremost that we start looking at what our dating goals are. You know, if that's even what you want to do, is your dating goal to go out and meet people? Is it to really just kind of sit around and just see what kind of pops up in your lap? You know, do you really want to date? I mean, is it really that stressful to where, you know, you have this huge checklist before you can go out on a date with that individual? Now, I'm not knocking the checklist. I probably have a check. We all have a checklist. Even if we don't write it down, we still have a checklist up here. Like, okay, let's make sure that this person has this going on. They don't have that going on, this, that, and the other. Right? But my point is, can we make dating a lot more simple? Again, if that's what you actually want. A lot of people feel like they want to date because they haven't been dating. And hey, now it's time for me to date. You know, I've been lonely enough. I'm tired of the booty calls. I'm tired of the, you know, the maintenance man. I'm tired of, you know, the chicks that I could just hit up at 2, 3 a.m. You know, maybe I should actually date. Maybe it should be a little bit more purposeful. You know what I mean? You start thinking about this stuff, especially if the time of your last relationship has been a while. Then you start thinking, well, damn, you know, it's been a minute since I've had somebody, you know, that of some substance, you know, besides all these arrangements. Like, look, I'm tired of being a side dude. Like, the shit is getting ridiculous at this point. Like, all these folks right here, you're gonna start being looked at as a side dude. Like, you're not even looking at as a number one, as a main. You know what I mean? Because of the shit that you've been settling for, right? So that's what you need to start looking at if dating is something that you want to do, because people get in the habit of saying that they want to date or that they're dating, when really all they want to do is they just want to go out periodically. Imagine that. You just want to go out periodically. You just want to go hang out, have some companionship for a little bit, and hey, that was kind of cool, but I'm all right. Or hey, I'll call you when I want to see you again. That's not dating. So please don't get it misconstrued when you communicate with motherfuckers that you want to date. All right? That's important. So you can alleviate stress on yourself, and you can alleviate stress with other folks too. That way there's no misunderstanding. Stop telling folks that you looking to date, and you tired of not dating, and now you want to date. That ain't what you want to do. And if you don't know, then you don't know. Nobody's going to penalize you for not knowing, but you're going to be penalized for acting as if this is what you want, and then you get into that, and that's not really what you want. You're still trying to figure it out. That's not fair to anybody. So anyway, so that being said, that's why I put the IHOP and the Waffle House on there, so that people would see that something this simple was blown out of proportion. Like, I've been to Waffle House and I've been to IHOP, and there's people there that are bourgeois. There's people there that are hood. There's middle class motherfuckers in there too. There's some Negroes up in there. There's some white folk, trailer white folk up in there. You're going to find all of that. Some of them are going to be behind the counter working, okay? But you're going to find all of that there. So there's nobody too good for those spots. There's nobody too good for those spots. And let me piggyback like this. Yeah. So I've seen Benzes, I've seen Jaguars in the parking lot, I've seen Range Rovers, I've seen Porsches. Never seen a Lambo at IHOP or or a Rolls Royce like that. But I've seen some high-end vehicles there. So there are people that can afford to go to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 star restaurants to eat at IHOP and eat at Waffle House. So so that's that. But here's the kicker. Here's what I think is interesting. And I'm gonna pick on you ladies because I love to pick on the ladies, right? Right. So if you feel some type of way about going to IHOP and you feel some type of way about going to Waffle House, meaning it's not as nice, it's not as elegant, it's loud there, it's hood there, and things like that. And of course, not all of them are like that. It depends on where you're going. Like, pay attention to your surroundings. So if you go to this IHOP right here on the corner of ABC Boulevard, you see 2 drunks and 3 panhandlers at the motherfucker. Don't go in that bitch. Don't go there. All right? There are some Waffle Houses in the burbs, right, that are very nice. The brick is even different. You go in, the chairs are designed a little bit different. The light fixtures are a little bit more elegant. There's Waffle House and IHOPs there as well. So don't categorize all of them as being dumps and dirty and full of bums and stuff like that. That's ignorant. Educated person, that's ignorant. All right. So anyway, so if you feel that way about something that simple, how do you think a man feels when you want to go to a specific restaurant and he don't even know you? He don't even know you. All right, so can we keep it 1,000? Because it's late at night, so it's too late to be fabricating. Right? So let's break this down. When you're getting to know somebody, I'm giving you from a male's perspective. Ladies, when a guy is getting to know a woman, we're looking for a woman that is down to earth. Look, you can be the VP of a Fortune 500 company. You can be the CEO. You know what I mean? Hell, you can be a supervisor, a manager. You can. It doesn't matter of what your status is, right? Because when you leave work, that you take that status off, and behind all of those labels, behind all of those initials that you have, titles and shit like that, you're a woman, right? So it's important that we respect you first and foremost. But at the same time, we still want to know who the hell you are, right? Because you're not our supervisor. You're not our manager. You're not my VP, right? I'm not looking for an email to find out what my tasks are for this morning. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. So you can take that hat, right, and take that shits off. Take them shits off, right? Because that's not what I need to see and what I need to deal with as I'm getting to know you, right? So that being said, when we're looking at getting to know one, we want to know who she is to the core. We want to know who she is to the damn core. Like, who is you? Because you can't be the VP, and you can't be the brand ambassador of XYZ company. You can't be the supervisor. You can't be the general manager, regional manager, district manager, damn it. You can't be all of that when you and I are getting to know each other. That's your job. That's not for you. That's not for me. That's your damn job. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to get beyond that. We want to peel back the layers. We want you to peel back the layers and find out exactly who you is. Can we learn that? Can you learn us that? Who you is? And so when it comes down to it, and I'm going to be 100 with you, even the dudes that wined and dined you, right? Even the dudes that wined and dined you, where they at? The dude that made sure that you went to 5-star restaurants, may had the car come and pick your ass up. Isn't that impressive? I want to do that one day. Just, hey, look, I need you to pick up, Miss Lewis, and bring her here to me. You know what I mean? And I'm at the restaurant on the rooftop or some shit like that. Isn't that sexy? Yeah. Where that dude at? That dude's not even here anymore, right? So you can talk about all the stuff that the other dudes did. It don't have nothing to do with us. We're creating our own memories. We're creating our own relationship. We're building our own foundation. So it's not going to be what that is. No need to compare it. There's no need to even mention it. We don't give a damn, right? If you got flown to Dubai, all right, you got flown out to Dubai. What is that, like 18 hours flight? You got flown out there. You stayed at the Imperial or the Empress or whatever the shit with the gold top and all that stuff in the sky. You got flown out to there and you had, all you had was lamb chops. The whole time you was there. Lamb chops and motherfucking asparagus. Lamb chops and asparagus with champagne every day. Good for you. That was a great experience. I hope your ass took pictures, cause that's gonna be the memories that you have. Cause you can't take that shit with you nowhere else once it's done. You just put that in your journal. That's in your books. Let's create our own memories. Let me get off that. So my point is, we're looking for somebody who's down to earth. We want somebody who's down to earth. We want somebody who's real. So the thing about it is, if you and I are getting to know each other, right? Obviously, we're setting a precedence in the beginning. So I'm not saying dudes, try her ass and see if she'll go to Waffle House. Let's just see if she'll go to Waffle. Don't do that. Don't do that. That comes with getting to know a person, finding out, more about them. But listen, a dude he's going to put his best foot forward. All right, let him put his best foot forward. Allow him to do that. But you still have to build. You still got to build, right? You still got to build. Like, I still don't know you. I'm not taking you to Ruth Chris on the first date. Anybody that has dated me or went out on a date with me, they know I'm not doing that. Can I afford it? Yeah, I don't even really want to pay that, though. You know what I mean? Because it's an experience that is more so for show. Yeah, the food is really good. They don't have the best steaks in the world. You might catch a good ass steak at Outback or Longhorn. They can compete. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they have the best steaks in the world, but at the same time, it's the atmosphere, it's the ambiance, it's the service, it's the appearance of it. You know what I mean? I don't even want to look at that damn bill when I come. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at a light bill. I'm looking at light bill, I'm looking at insurance, and I'm looking at her like, yeah. So this chivalrous thing about, you know, taking care of this, shit, I'm gonna need you to put something on it. Put something on it, especially if the vibe wasn't right. You gotta understand that we have to focus on what the dating is what the date and dating is gonna be about. If it's about getting to know that person, then let's get to know each other. Matter of fact, let's get to know each other well before we even figure out it's a good time to go out and meet and go out on a date. I think that's one of the issues when we start talking about stressful dating. Yeah, you wanna impress a person, but at the same time, you don't need to be doing anything that is, number one, out of character, something that is beyond your means, or just something that flat out it ain't you. You know, you trying to be what somebody told you they liked versus you being who you are. And if you guys are a good fit, then you're a good fit. Listen, I think one of the dopest things is to be on a date or meet somebody to where the flow is so cool that it's like, yo, I can go anywhere with you and I'm good. I just want to be around your ass. Has anybody ever experienced that? Where it's so cool, like you know what you want. You know you want to go to a nice ass restaurant, ladies. You want to put your heels on. You want your ass out, titties poking out, right? Show off your workout mode. Fellas, you want them nice pair of shoes that you got? Them damn 2 shirts that you got? You wearing one of them shirts that you want to kill them with? Yo, I know, I understand. So you want to go to these nice spots. But how dope is it whenever you meet somebody and it's like, yo, you know what? The vibe is so cool that I can go anywhere. We can go walking in the park. You know what I'm saying? We can go to a coffee shop. We can go to a nice little lounge. We can go anywhere. You know what I mean? We can go to a 5-star joint if you want, if that's the vibe that you want. You know, sometimes those places are stuffy. I mean, think about it, ladies. You've been with a guy that that you would consider uptight, right? Oh, I think every lady has been with an uptight ass dude. Just like every guy has been, and I'm just saying like dated or went out with a bougie ass chick, right? So ladies, you've been with an uptight dude, right? So, you know, you're at the 5-star restaurant, you know, you impressed because he was like, be ready at 7 p.m. I've made arrangements and, you know, we're going to have a good time tonight. You telling your girl, oh, shit, he planned the date, girl, right? Listen, so you out and about, you went to a place you ain't even heard of. You're like, yo, they got a red carpet out in front. They sat us right down and you know, it was wall-to-wall glass and girl, they got gold silverware in this bitch. Yo, you know what I'm saying? So you've been with that uptight dude, right? Now he might be cool, but I'm just talking about the uptight dude. So you sitting down, menu has what? No numbers, right? That's what you know, that's when you know you're balling, right? No numbers on the menu, right? You don't know what's going on, but you like, look, he brought me to this motherfucker, so that means I ain't got nothing to worry about, right? So in your head, you're like, well, shit, what is this? Shark fin? What is this? Swordfish toenails? And so you looking at, you about to order some shit that you can't even pronounce, right? And then, you know, garçon and shit come up there. And, you know, before you can order, he's like, so she'll have the lamb chops with asparagus tips. She'll have the trussel mashed potatoes with goat cheese. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? I just wanted some prime ribs and a baked potato in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Or try some other stuff. So you've been with the uptight dude before, right? Is the shit fun? No, it's not fun. Matter of fact, when you done with that date, you calling the fun dude. When you done with that date with Bougie Banton, you calling the fun dude talking about, hey, what you doing? I was thinking about going to grab some tacos. No, I'm lying? Okay, well, if I'm lying, I just cut this. Don't cut it. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm just making sure we keeping it 100 right here. right? And on the opposite end, dudes have been with women that are like, you know, like they just impress me, nigga. Impress me. Pronounce that on the menu. Order me some, or order my drink. Like, we've been on those dates too. We've been on those. Those aren't fun. We feel like, look, I know there's like a big population of sensitive ass brothers going on right now. I'm trying to diffuse that, so I'm gonna have a 100-man march to defuse all sensitive brothers, starting here in Atlanta. All right, so if you know a sensitive brother, tag him in this. Let him know that I'm going to be very vigilant, and I'm going to be very stern about this movement. All right, we're removing all sensitivity. All right, all Ralph Tresvants. All right, we're having a Ralph Tresvant removal. Right. So listen, we've been in those situations too, to where now we feeling some type of way because we took this woman to this restaurant because that's what she said she liked. That's what she said she always goes to, you know, and we don't even like you like that. We didn't even really get to know you because we're so busy concerned about, well, damn, is this shit right? Is this going to be cool? Is she going to talk about a motherfucker when we done? And she will. And there's groups that we will never see of a post of her talking about your dumb ass doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. After we done with her and her date, we calling up old girl. Hey, what you doing? You feel like dancing? Well, shit, you know, we about to hop over here to such and such. You know, it's R&B night over this motherfucker. Yeah, wear the jeans with the rips in it. No draws, no bra. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's undue, unnecessary stress. You know what I'm saying? So let's not get all into this bullshit about how things have to be. Let it be organic. Now, let's be clear. I'm not talking about bums. I'm not talking about bums that don't want to do nothing nice ever. Like, you know, they talking about, hey, you know, I could just pick up some Crown and some Taco Bell and I'll be over your spot in about 35 minutes. I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about a girl like, well, you know, we can, you know, you can bring some food and, you know, why don't you just bring some groceries over and I'll cook? The fuck? Bring groceries so that you can cook. So you ain't got no groceries? Stamps ain't hit? When your stamps gonna hit? I'm coming 2 days after your stamps ain't hit. My bad, man. Peace, man. Peace, my bad. My bad, all right? All I'm saying is let's keep the shit simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it fun. People aren't having fun on dates no more. They're so stressful because what you gotta wear, where you gotta be at, how you gotta come, what kind of car I'm driving. Can I take Uber? If I take Uber, she's gonna ask me where my car at. Right? I understand that sisters don't want brothers picking them up no more. Right? Like, I understand that. You know, there's a lot going on, so I get it. You don't want strangers knowing where you live at and stuff, or knowing where your girlfriend live at, or your homeboy. You know, you got folks going to other folks' houses nowadays, you know, picking you up. So I get that. So you can meet at wherever you need to meet at, but let's just keep it simple, man. Do you know how stressful it is sometimes to find parking downtown? You know, like you got folks in these orange vests that don't even fucking work for the parking spots. They don't even work for the parking lots. So they getting $15, $20, and you know, you go and park, you come out there, you got a boot. You got a boot. You got a damn boot on your damn car. And you can't pay $175 for dinner, then come out here and pay another $212 to get the boot off. Like, the shit is stressful when it shouldn't be, man. It shouldn't be. And that's really all I got. I'm trying to look here and see if there's something that I wanted to make sure that I talk about. Because I don't really understand why we have so much pressure, have so much stress just to date. So remember, the first thing that we talked about is do you even want to date? Like, do you want to date? Do you really want to date? I'd rather somebody tell me, you know what, Gigi, I just want to go out from time to time. You know, we can go out and kick it. You know, we could do the movie sometimes. Hey, sometimes we might just want to kick it here at your place. You want to kick it here at you can kick it at my place, whatever. But that's all I really want. You know what I mean? And then that allows a person to make a decision of, do I just want to do this for the time being? Now listen, I ain't knocking nobody if that's what they want to do. I would rather them be upfront about what they want to do than lead a person on. Then 3 months later, you talking about, well, what is we doing? Motherfucker, we doing what we did last week. Right. We going to the movies. We may eat. We may go to your spot. We may go to my spot. Anything in between there is what grown folks decide to do. So don't be putting that shit on somebody else as far as you don't know what direction we going. We're going in the same direction. Most of the time, it's a circle. It's a carousel. So get on the carousel and ride it up and down, or get off the damn carousel and get your ass a new ride. Or get on a new ride. You know what I mean? But we have to get to a point to where we're not blaming each other about what's going on in our personal dating climate. Okay? Because people getting married every day, B. People getting engaged every day, B. So it ain't no, where all the good men at? Where all the good women at? Cause they finding each other somehow. You just got to make up your mind on what end of the spectrum you want to be at. All right. And I want to end it with this, and I'll try to see what you guys are talking about, maybe a question or two. And I want to end it with this. Let's stop creating scenarios that aren't there. Hello? Let's stop creating scenarios that aren't there. Let's start out with the communication out the gate. Whatever that's going to be. Whatever that's going to be, let's start out with communication out with right out the gate. Here's an example. A guy and a girl. They are both interested in each other. They're physically attracted to each other. They both seem like a good fit as far as chemistry-wise. You know what I'm saying? She's fine as shit. Damn. And dude, ladies, how you got your checklist. He gainfully employed or self-sufficient. He take care of himself. He seems respectful. He's not a super thought on social media. Like, you got your quick checklist real quick, right? Just to make sure that you're going to fuck with him or not. Just to make sure you gotta answer his DM or leave him on read, right? These are things that you're going to do. You want to make sure he's not engaged or married, right? Those are some of the important things that we definitely need to do and make sure it happens before we decide to engage, right? But these are things that we need to be prepared to explore with that person as we get to know who that person really is, right? So that's the scenario. But here's the thing. Let me try to put this in the most simple way that I possibly can. All right. Remember this whole thing about be transparent, be honest, let me make my own decision. It's like everybody was saying that, like everybody felt like they had to say it. That's what was crazy, because so much shit was going on, and there was so many mishaps in the communication was going on. People just like, look, just tell me up front what I'm dealing with, and now I can decide if I want to deal with it or not. Now, when somebody tells you what it is, you have to be honest with yourself. Is that something that you really willing to deal with? And if so, is it temporary or is it long term? And if it's temporary, I would rather you say that. Look, you told me about your situation. You told me you wasn't really looking for anything or specifically, you wasn't looking to get in a relationship, anything like that. Right now, that's cool. But you know what, though? That's not what I'm looking for long term. Now, I'm not saying that you're saying that because you're going to move forward. I'm saying say that because you're now communicating. People think communication is, well, I told you. It's not. It's not just I told you. It has to be a dialogue, man. That's effective communications. They're a dialogue. Yeah, I told you, but what the fuck did you say about what I told you? Because you still have to listen. So it goes both ways, ladies. Open your mouths and speak what you really, really mean. Brothers, when she say what she say, make sure, repeat to her, listen, I need to get a damn shirt made for this. Fellas, repeat what she said to you. Repeat that. So you said that you're cool with this for right now, but long term, you're looking for something a little bit different. But right now, you're cool, right? Because if things are the exact same a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you said that you was cool. So when you're no longer cool, you need to let me know. Not whenever you want to change the rules of engagement, which you need to say that as well, but that's not what you necessarily agreed to. But what I'm saying is, you said that you was cool, right? All right, so why you ain't cool no more? Why you stressing? What, because you and your feelings because we had sex? Because you and your feelings because, you know, you saw me on social media or I was out and about or I didn't do some things that you thought we should have done together? That's why you upset? Because, again, in the beginning, we had a conversation, right? And on the same time, with the fellas, yo, we also have to be like, look, all right, yes, she said that she's cool with it, right? That means my actions need to be consistent with what the fuck I had said that I was going to do, right? So this is where we start getting into the people saying relationship things happen, right? And that's a whole nother subject I don't even want to get into. But if you guys want to go out to dinner, you know, on Fridays, Saturday or whatever, and then, you know, you come back and you do what you want to do, whatever, but you guys aren't building something, then you need to both identify that. Like, yo, we this is just what we doing right now. This is what we doing right now. Not this is what I had told you. Not, okay, yeah, you know, I'm just dealing with it. Nah, this is something that we both decided to do. Because if you keep on doing it, that's ultimately what you condone it. So don't say that you wasn't cool with it when you were still doing it. That's not fair to either party. So it needs to be a mutual understanding, a mutual agreement that that's what the hell y'all are doing. So that way nobody is acting crazy all of a sudden because it looks and feels and smells like progression. But the mindset of one of the parties is like, nah, we're just doing what we said in the beginning. And I'm going to say this to the ladies, and I'm going to be done. Ladies, I don't care what y'all doing. I don't care if you went to his mama house. I don't care if you went to his baby mama house. He done introduce you to Nana, grandma, granddaddy, all kind of folks, right? You can't make that man your man. Check, please. I don't care what's going on. You can't make that man your man. You can't make that man your man. I know what it seemed like. I know what it looked like. I know what it smelled like. I know what it tastes like. But that ain't your man, though. That's not your man. Right? So you might want to stop doing certain things to make you feel like because I'm doing these things, this is my man. No. No. There should be no confusion if that's your man or not. If you got to ask if you my man, then he ain't your man. Right? Because as men, we know what it takes to make sure that woman is clear of our intentions. All right? And that's 100. You ain't got to teach a motherfucker nothing. You ain't got to hint to him. We know what to do. We know when we need to call you, or if we haven't called you, we know that we need to send you some, you know, hey baby, you okay? You all right? We know we need to check up on you. We know if you're stressed, You know, hey, is there anything we can? We know that. You ain't got to ask no man, hey, why you ain't check up on me? Or I ain't heard from you? No. Did you know that? Like, women are really thinking that they're molding men. You think you're building men. No. You are asking a man to do stuff that he don't want to do. Let me stop. Y'all aren't ready. Y'all, listen. You guys aren't prepared for these conversations. So I'm going to just cut it off right now. And I'm going to go to the messages right now. But listen, again, man, I appreciate you listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm going to leave this video up for 24 hours, and you're going to have to catch it on the YouTube page, which is GG After Dark. Look, man, go to YouTube, look up GG After Dark, like the content, subscribe, and share. And again, if you guys are building your businesses, if you guys are building your platforms and stuff like that, don't worry about all the likes and all the views in the beginning. Get your content together. All right, because just think about it. You make one hit record, right? Motherfuckers gonna be looking for the follow-ups. And if you can't follow up, or your follow-ups are trash, then it don't even matter. That one hit's not gonna matter. Right? It's just gonna be one hit, and that's what you're gonna be known for. So work on your content, protect your craft, continue to focus, and just get better. Just get better at it. All right. My YouTube page, GG After Dark. My IG is also GG After Dark. GG Goes Hard as well. That's my IG. I have some really dope content for my shows. It's GAD Enterprises, right? A whole collage. I was the first individual to bring some serious subjects to the table. I talked about polyamorous relationships. I talked about swingers, monogamy, marriage versus life partnership, all in one spectrum. All in one spectrum. You know, we talked about dating with kids, dating without kids, different age groups. And I got some heat coming through for 2020, so you want to definitely stay connected because shit is getting really real. All right? So let me see what you guys are talking about, man, and then I'm going to wrap this thing up. And I appreciate you guys. Listen, continue to share this video. I appreciate it. Also, just make sure that you actually listen to what I said. I know there was some funny shit involved, you know, and I make jokes and stuff like that, but this is real stuff that people go through on a daily basis. I talk to, with my platform, a lot of people say that, you know, my platform is majority women, and it is, and that's cool. But I do have homies. I talk to homies all the time. We have very, very intense conversations. I have a show coming up where it's all male panel, and we're going through some real life stuff that I know that you guys can appreciate. But I talk to ladies all the time, and it's interesting because, and the reason why the platform, again, is mainly ladies is because us men, we don't really get a lot of chances to speak. Is that my shirt? You see my shirt? That's why the eyebrow is up. But we don't get a lot of chance to speak, so we have to do a lot of listening. You know, there is a climate right now to where men aren't listening enough, right? So right now we just shutting the hell up and we letting y'all talk. But we do have a voice. We do have a voice. We do have opinions. You know, we do have a say-so. But right now we don't shut the hell up right now and let y'all talk. So that's why the majority of my following is women. Because y'all like to talk. And you guys like to express yourself. And that's what it's all about. I'm all about expression, you know, positive vibes only on my page. Like some of y'all will get up on there and say some dumb shit, you know. And so I've had Facebook now for a few years. This particular page, maybe a year and a half now. And I've never had to block as many people. I've never had to block anybody until I got this damn page. And the reason why I block your ass is because your vibe is not conducive to what's going on. Like everything that I'm posting is always going to be positive. If you don't like what it is, then leave it alone. But people feel free to express their opinion on here on my page, and that's cool because people say shit on my page that I know damn well you ain't saying on your page, because look, your ass is wild as hell on my page, and I go to your page and your ass got you live at your church in the cathedral. Your ass is live at church in the church house, right? But you just said some shit on my page that was outlandish as shit. Okay, listen, but again, hey, I digress. I'm not judging. That's what it's all about, right? So just be mindful of keeping the positivity on my platform, your platform, and all that stuff. And last thing that I'll say, I have conversations with different ladies, and they tell me about the issues and things like that. And I do my best to just give my perspective. I would never tell a person what to do and what not to do. I would never tell a woman to leave her guy. I would never tell her to stay with her guy. I wouldn't say anything like that. What I would do is I would just give a perspective, my perspective. My perspective may be similar to him and what you're experiencing, so you kind of understand his mindset. And it may be something completely different. You may not have thought of the things that I said, but it's important to just listen. Like you ladies are listening to respond versus just listening to absorb. You know, spit the bones out, man. You know, get to the meat, spit the bones out. But y'all asses need to listen. You know, I have no pleasure in getting an inbox saying, Gigi, you was right. I should have did this. I didn't do that. Or, you know, I wasted my time doing this or thinking that. That gives me no pleasure to say I told you so. And I wouldn't say that to anybody. You know what I mean? But what I would say is just be more mindful and be open-minded to different perspectives, because sometimes y'all ask to see what you want to see. Right? And you don't want to hear nothing different. Right? You just see what you want to see. You don't want nothing different. Listen, hope is a motherfucker. Hope is a motherfucker. Hope will have you seeing shit that ain't there. Hope will have you seeing shit that ain't even there, shout. Y'all know where I'm from. I don't even say shouty like that, shout. So, you know, you just got to be careful. And that being said, so let me see what you guys are talking about. Just be yourself. It's always easier. Definitely judging. Make perspective male perspective is important. All right, so I appreciate that. You know, male perspective is we all have a voice. You know, we all have a voice, and sometimes people feel like because of their experiences that they can't necessarily learn from someone who hasn't experienced what they experienced. You know, but that's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is to have a full spectrum of every situation. Imagine having a full spectrum of every damn situation you look at. That means when you look at each situation, you're not like, you know what? That's what the hell is going on. Because maybe it's not. Maybe that's not what's going on. You're not going to know until you actually find out. Does that make sense? You're not going to know until you actually find out. Sometimes it's good. Switch roles. We listen to male voice their opinion. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, because most men, I know for me, it took me a long time to be a decent communicator. I'm an alright communicator. I mean, you know, I've learned like some shit that you just need to be clear about, right? So you don't have any misunderstandings later. You know, you don't want to hold back on some of your thoughts, but you also want to project it in such a way to where it's effective. You can't really guarantee it's going to be offensive, because you can't control how a person is going to receive it or perceive it. But you want to do your best to do things in a respectful manner, in an open-minded manner, and just let them know, hey, this is how I feel. You know, you don't have to say, well, you might not like what I'm about to say, because now, you know, a person want to swing on you, basically. You know, if you start out like that, I want to swing on you. You might not like I might not like what you're about to say. Well, you need to shut that shit up because I don't even want to hear it. And then you got a long night coming. Let's see. We invite that on my podcast. All right, somebody plug in their podcast on my damn podcast. Women will talk to each other all day long about men and have no clue how men operate. Well, that's the nature of a woman. All right? You ladies are nurturers. You ladies are accustomed to taking control of the household, making sure that everything's taken care of, right? You take care of the inside, right? So you're the heart of the household. I'm just making this shit up. This is straight freestyle. You're the heart of the household, right? And the man naturally protects it. So he's the shield. He's the shield of the house. You're the heart of the house, right? So we take care of the outside. We make sure all that stuff is taken care of, right? Honey-do list. Cut the grass, water the lawn, pressure wash the house, change my oil, all the shit that I don't like doing. And then you take care of the stuff on the inside, right? I don't have to go through the roles. It's different to each family member, each household. I let them know early on what my intentions are. You let them know early on your intentions. What the hell is your intentions? Are you referring to when you talking to a guy? You know what I mean? So are you the aggressor? Are you basically telling him what he need to do or what he don't need to do? Because if that's the case, then you know you're off to a really tough start because he may be playing that role that you want him to play, but that's not what he wants. So you got to be really careful. And I believe that you ladies, you got to let the man lead. When I say let the man lead, I'm not saying that, you know, he takes control of what the hell is going on in your life, but he will guide the direction of where this friendship relationship is going. Let him take the lead. You don't want to force no man to think that, you know, this is the direction that we're gonna go, because he's not gonna. That's not gonna have any longevity to it. It's not gonna be sustainable, right? So you got to understand up front and know where that man is going, where that man wants to go, and then you got to be willing. If you're gonna commit to going the direction that he wants to go, then do it. But if not, then don't do it. You know, don't do it, then later complain and think, hey, well, I thought that things would get better and that, you know, he would change his mind about being in a relationship or marriage or having kids. No. Who's checking in on my platform? All right, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to start from scratch is what you're going to have to do, okay? Believe in leadership. Who said that? Cece? I think Cece is, if I'm not mistaken, you're a little seasoned when it comes to it. I think that you have a different understanding than a lot of people do when it comes to relationship, courtship, and the direction that you guys are going. All right, let me wrap this thing up. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Don't forget to share it. Like I said, it'll only be up 24 hours, then it'll be on YouTube. So you definitely want to go to the YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, stuff like that. And I think that's it. Let me see if I can find one more person with a pretty cool question. Wisdom beyond your years. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, for me, it's really it's trial and error. Like I said, I'm a relationship realist. So I do talk about relationships on this particular page. I do. I talk about it. I talk about a little bit of everything. I talk about how late nights should be and early mornings should go. Also talk about, you know, going out on dates or expectations of dates, expectations of roles. You know, you really got to understand what type of person you know, that you're dealing with. And and understand that they may not change. I think that one of the biggest thing about people getting into committed relationships. I'm kind of getting a little off task and going into some segues I didn't want to go into, but I will say this. I will say that I think the toughest thing about being or making a decision about going into a committed relationship, at least from my perspective, and I think a lot of men, is we feel like there's going to be so much change. You know what I mean? Like change versus evolving. It's cool to evolve. Evolve comes with growth. Evolve comes with maturation. You know what I mean? But change, sometimes us men, we don't want change. You know what I'm saying? The only thing change we want for is 100, so we can get some ones. But for the most part, you know, we don't want a whole lot of change because we like what we like. We're creature habits. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? Every time you come in the house, our drawers gonna be in the same spot. Our pants, our shirts gonna be thrown on the couch. Like, I don't even know why y'all get frustrated when it's like clockwork. I'm throwing my drawers, man. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. But we don't, you know, we don't like adapting to change because we like what we like. You know, and that's why guys sometimes, some guys don't really notice change in their lady. Now, obviously, that's learned behavior because we have to work on paying attention to her, or paying attention to the things that she likes, knowing her love language and things like that. But that's why guys don't necessarily notice certain things about their lady. You know what I mean? Because change, we're so used to seeing what we're seeing. Long hair, acrylic nails, long ass Daisy Duck eyelashes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So we're so accustomed to, you know, hair color a certain way. You know, you're wearing certain clothes and stuff like that. So, you know, we have a little resistance when it comes to adapting to change, but just know that's the nature of a man. So we have some apprehension that things will change, especially if we like how it is. You know, I noticed one thing: people can date for 4 or 5 years, you know, turn around and get engaged for 6 months to a year, and get married and be divorced in 6 months. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. Let me stop. Yeah, y'all don't want none of this tonight, man. You don't want no smoke tonight. You gonna have to tune in again. So anyway, that being said, stay connected. All right. All right, Brian. Okay, I got a guy on here. Let's see. B says, is that letting him lead or trying to show him how when you want to set the pace? All right, y'all heard that? Is it letting him lead or trying to show him how setting the pace? So, you know, to his point, you guys have to understand that, you know, guys, we know what we want. Believe it or not, I know it seems like guys don't know what the hell we want, but we know exactly what we want. We just don't necessarily know if it's with that individual. I probably messed up by saying that one tonight, didn't I? Shit. All right, I messed up. I'll say it again anyway, all right? Because it's already on video. Most guys already know what they want. We know if we want a companion. We know we just want, you know, a smash bud. We know if we want something of a little bit more substance. You know, of course, timing in life is always going to be the factor, right? But we don't always know if it's with that individual. So that's why guys will have multiple individuals that they may be entertaining. I shouldn't be doing this. All right, so anyway, if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay, let me know. This will be up for 24 hours. Then you have to catch it on YouTube. And then that'll be that. So I appreciate you guys checking me out. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Continue to ask questions or go back on here and answer them. You can also talk amongst each other what you're going to do any damn way, which is all good. But again, just remember, man, do not allow dating to be stressful in 2019, man. Enjoy yourself. Obviously, be careful. But as mama used to say, take your time, young man, right? Nothing wrong with taking your time. You can rush into something and be stuck for a year, year and a half, 5 years, or you can take your time and develop exactly what you want and what you need, all right? And allow that to have a strong foundation and build on top of that. Is that fair? So that being said, GG, check it out. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.